What's up, everybody? It's the BbA three-pointer, three quick NBA questions to get your conversation started, and this is the Phoenix Suns NBA Finals episode.
All right, Dad. How do you think the Suns can beat the Bucks?
It's going to be tough if Giannis plays. The Suns don't really have a body type answer to guard Giannis. They've got a lot of rangy wings like Mikal Bridges and Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson, who can guard Giannis out at the wings, but if Giannis gets into the paint, now you're having to look at DeAndre Ayton, who could get into foul trouble. You're having to look at Dario Saric. So if I'm the Suns, I want to keep Giannis from getting deep position in the paint. And I want to put him on the free throw line. He was so shaky against the Hawks and the Nets that maybe I start to bring in some of my deep bench guys just to play hack a Giannis and see if I can get into his head. If Giannis doesn't play, then it simply is about executing your backdoor cuts, doing all the things that got you there in the first place. Swarm on defense, get out and run as often as possible. And of course, Devin Booker has been so important to everything that the Suns do. He's going to be important if they're going to win this series. We've watched him play at a superstar level the last couple seasons offensively, but now he's kind of on the national stage and people get to appreciate him. What's the comparison that you see for Devin Booker?
I honestly see a lot of Klay Thompson as a super clutch shooter, and I know the defense isn't there really for Devin Booker, but I mean, they're both insane sharpshooters, and I mean, I think he works as a nice number one and number two guy at moments.
Booker, of course, I think is the better three-tier scorer than Klay Thompson is. As good as Thompson is as a shooter, you're right, Thompson is the better defender. I go back a little bit further in time, and I see the guy hanging behind me here, Ray Allen. I see a lot of comparisons to Bucks era Ray Allen, Supersonics era Ray Allen, as a guy who could just get baskets, not just as a three-point shooter or an outside guy, but could get into the lane, get into the mid-range, just score from wherever he wants. Allen was probably the better shooter still, but Devin Booker, with the time he's been able to play as a point guard, has developed into the better passer than what Ray Allen was. And defensively, they're probably in the same neighborhood. Allen maybe was a little bit better back then. Speaking of point guards, you've got the third question.
How many more years do you think Chris Paul has left in the league? I mean, he's 36 years old, and I think coming down to his last stretch, how many more do you think he has?
He's certainly played at a very high level this year and last year, even with the OKC Thunder. The numbers, of course, are not career best, but here he is in the NBA Finals and playing a really critical role. And I think the Suns are a good organization for him. They've got good depth behind him at the point guard position in Cameron Payne, Javon Carter, who's hardly played. Devin Booker's ability to play the point guard too is very good, so you can monitor Paul's minutes, and I think he can age very gracefully because a lot of his defense at this point comes from timing and understanding, not just sheer athleticism. And on the offensive end, right, it's about, again, picking your spots, delivering the ball on time, picking angles, and then being able to shoot. Those are all things that should translate, I would think, 2 to 3 more seasons of very good basketball, but probably the minutes continue to drop season by season. I think the only way the bottom falls out for Chris Paul over the next couple of years, be that with the Suns, who I hope he sticks with, or anybody else, is if you have a major injury to end the career, which he has had problems with throughout his career before.
I see about 5 more years, and then him either going back to LA or staying in Phoenix.
What do you think? Where does Chris Paul end up? How long can he play? Who's your comparison for Devin Booker? And of course, if the Suns are going to win the NBA Finals, how do they get it done? Leave us your thoughts in the comments section below, and check out the full episodes of Basketball by Association on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts.